Hello, I'm Lise-Lotte. Welcome to my garden. I am going to show you a little bit about a special bag that I have, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what's inside the bag and why it's important. Over the last, oh gosh, I think I've always actually had a bag like this. And for me, it's a bag that is, just this sort of size. But if I'm going away, for example, for a weekend away, and it involves a cabin and it involves some time where I get to be creative, but I'm not necessarily sure what I want to be doing, then I always have this bag with me. And because I don't use all the things in the bag or whatever all of the time, it just kind of sits there. And I realized I always have this bag. And then people were talking on sort of Instagram. I'd see every once in a while about an analog bag. And it's like, oh, an analog bag. What is that? Well, people are having it in their apartment, sitting right next to their favorite chair. And anytime that they're going to reach for a screen, instead of reaching for the screen, they reach for something which is something that they're going to make or do or whatever inside this bag. And I went, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. And then I got to thinking about how important it is to be present in our life. And of course, this is a theme of mine, and has been for years, because I believe that it's so very important for us, for our relationships, for our own health, to be really present to our life and not miss out on all of the wonderful moments. And so that has been an important thing. And so what I wanted to show you was, I wanted to show you my bag. And I'm not calling it an analog bag. I've never heard of that until recently. But I'm calling it a present bag because it has a few meanings. You are present in the moment when you are with this bag and doing the things that are inside this bag. And the things that you place inside the bag, they have a presence too, right? Um, and they could be a present to yourself. And I actually think that that is a present to yourself, to be present in your own life, present to your own life. This bag I got a few years ago, when I was. It's like a kind of a cheese. Is it cheese? I don't know if it's cheese, but I got it at a grocery store in France, and I thought, oh, I just love the stripes. Of course, it's the French flag, but I just thought, oh, that's a fun bag. So this is what I'm using. So I will show you what I have inside my present bag. So I currently have the book that I'm reading. I have a little bag within a bag, a little bag that I have made. And inside, I have a little project. Sometimes it's like a dishcloth. Sometimes it's like this, and this could be another bag with my whole knitting if I'm doing a sweater. But this is a little Sophie scarf that I'm making out of cashmere. It's really lovely. So that's in here. I also have, this is another French thing, actually, come to think of it. My favorite, which is Earl Grey, and this is a lovely French blue Earl Grey. This is from a tea, and inside the bag, I'll show you. Inside this is some lovely uh, embroidery needles, embroidery threads, look, all kinds of lovely colors, different projects. There is actually a project in here already, a little heart that I'm going to be embroidering on, which is out of felt. But I also have, the reason I have this is because I want to do these. I bought these actually in Denmark, and they're linen, and I bought them at essentially a dollar store, which is crazy. But anyway, they're already hemmed, little knit linen napkins, and I like to do. I've done them before, not with these ones, but with ones that I've made. And see, isn't that lovely? I just love linen. It's a beautiful feel to it. And so I'm just going to be embroidering some, I don't know, I haven't decided, like little motifs. I've done like little things for people with their name and that kind of stuff. So that's that project. Always got a pair of paper scissors for the reason that I might want to cut something up. So I have some watercolor paper, And when you have this kind of paper, it's waxed along three sides, well, almost four sides. And so you need to have either scissors, or I have in here my trusty Swiss Army knife, which I just can then use to take this paper off. Plus, I guess there'd be other uses for it too. I have some watercolor postcards, so that if I want to do a little postcard, see, I've just started something here. If I want to do a little postcard when I'm away, well, then I can, and then I can just send it off. I love receiving postcards still. And so I have for that some watercolor paints. Here we go, a little paint tray, well used, and my little, so I can mix things around. And for that reason too, there it is. I always carry a little jar, the lid, the tight fitting lid, because I'll put water in that if I'm doing the watercolor painting. But then if I'm somewhere traveling or whatever, and I feel that I can't pour it out there, then I take it back and pour it out where I can pour it out. I have some fun pens, and that paper will work for that as well. And I have pencil crayons and regular pencils, and a nice pen in here in my pencil case. One of my favorite pens, my favorite pencils. Oops. And I carry a little Ziploc bag with a pencil sharpener inside. And then I can, when I'm on the go, then that serves as my little garbage tin too. Oh, brush, watercolor brush in that case. And I always carry, in case I need them, I always carry scissors if I'm going to, because if you're using, I have sewing scissors. So I guess I wouldn't probably need that for some of these projects, but I always have a pair of sewing scissors, because the paper scissors and the sewing scissors are really two different beasts. Because if you use your sewing scissors, your fabric scissors with paper, they will not cut fabric in the same way again. And so you have two different pairs. That's why. And then just for the knitting, now this one I won't need it, but I have a little, this was a gift, and it actually, that's got a little pair of snips too. But if I'm going to be like darning or finishing up the ends for socks, then I've got a needle in here that I use. I'm just going to show you my favorite needle for like finishing socks or any of those kind of things. So I have a little spare thing there, and that is all in this one. And I just think that anytime, well, now I'm looking forward to some summer creativity and a chance to have time to read, have time to just play. Like when I look at all these delicious colors, it's like, ooh, I just want to play with those. And they're all felt tips. They're really fantastic. So, and I've got the paper, and it's not looking for anything. Everything is self-contained here in that way. But there's lots of different choices based on whatever I'm feeling like doing. And so it's just a really fun way to put things into one place where it's just simple. No decisions are necessary. I mean, everything that you have is here. You could go away for a weekend, or you could go away for 3 weeks, and you'd have enough here, I'm sure, to keep you happy and busy, and your hands, making things, which is the fun thing. And yeah, so, and it kind of, this present bag, the bag itself is special to me because it reminds me of a trip that I had with a very special family member of mine. And so the bag itself, even when I look at the bag in the corner of the room sitting next to my chair, I remember that, and it has that kind of nice feeling to it. So the whole thing really does feel like a present, like to me, and to be present in my life. And so I thought I would share that with you, because maybe you have something like this too, and I would love to know what you have in your present bag. So I, as you can see, have some sweet peas here. I wish you could smell them. They're just, it's a little bit windy here this morning, and so the wind is just taking the scent actually even more, sharing that scent in the garden. So beautiful. I love this time of year, and for all of the presents, other presents with a T, that the garden gives at this time of year. So very grateful. I hope that this is something that inspires you to have a present bag. And I would love to know anything that you want to share about it, and what you would put in your present bag so that you can be creative and not have to look for the things and just have fun. So, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you peace on your path.